So Joell, how did you hear about brain integration technique? What was going on for you?
I have a son, kindergarten age, who was having a really difficult time with the fact that his dad had to go to California for work. This day and age in the economy, that was just something that we had to do. And his emotional response to that really changed his ability to be successful in the classroom. He would shut down on simple tasks that were never a problem, like spelling tests or reading a passage to the teacher, issues with friends on the playground that were things he could just, move forward from. These were major emotional upheavals. Sometimes things turned into aggression and violence in the classroom, with desks being turned over, teachers being punched at, kids being hurt. Literally, my child turned into someone else overnight for me, and I was desperate to find out what I could do for my son. We did talk to some of your typical psychologists, play therapists, things of that nature, who all started to lean towards Asperger's and emotionally disturbed issues and things of this nature. And I had never seen that in my child up to kindergarten, and then it seemed to me that it was more of an emotional response to a difficult situation for a child to endure. So the naturopath suggested a brain integration technique for us. And I'd never heard of this, had no idea what that meant, and started to seek out and research what you were about, and on his recommendation, come and see you, because many of his patients had had success in having this done. So I, with all the hopes and dreams in the world, and my little boy, came to you in hopes that we could see a change, and we've seen a magnificent change in my son.
So he was 6 years old when he came for brain integration. So how was it for a 6-year-old?
Well, like any 6-year-old, it was new and exciting. Where are we, and who is this? And you have such a phenomenal way with children that he warmed to you very, very quickly, and so he was very comfortable there. Luckily, we stuck to half days, because for any 6-year-old to do anything for hours on end is very difficult. The process that you have is relaxing, and it's in a wonderful environment, but it is asking them to be stationary for a long period of time. And so he was able to do that. He was relaxed, and he studied you a lot, wanting to understand what are you doing and what's happening. And you were so good to explain to him what you were doing and get his participation in the process. So he was a part of it too. I think that he started to look forward to it. He would ask, when, are we going to Laura today? And he just found that he could regain his composure, and he could not be hijacked by his emotions all the time in dealing with his friends or his teachers and the workload, because he was able to regain some composure, like I said before. So I was really happy to see a change in him.
Or how have things been since brain integration? What has changed at school?
Sure. For Caden, it has become an opportunity for him, again, not to be hijacked by his emotions. If he feels frustration, if he feels anger building, he now has that moment, that opportunity that many of us take for granted, to stop and say, wait a second, why am I getting so upset? Or how do I ask for help? Or I need a break. And his teachers are very open to saying, okay, you need a moment. Okay, we understand. That means all the world to him. Before, it was just a very quick, very fast spiral into a very uncomfortable and unhappy place. He would cry and say, why am I the bad kid? Why am I the kid who does this in class? Why can't I be like everyone else? And now he's like, I am like everyone else. I had a hard time. I got help, and now I know what to do when my back is against the wall and I feel upset or frustrated. I now have tools. So the change in the classroom was wonderful and meant the world to all the people who worked with him on a daily basis, all his friends, and of course us as a family, to see him be happy, successful, and secure in his abilities. So. was wonderful.
So when did you start to notice the changes in your son?
The changes in the classroom came pretty quickly. I mean, I can say I saw a change in his demeanor right away. Within just a few days of us coming to see you, there was a huge change in his inner resolve and his comfort level with himself and his confidence and his self-esteem. Huge change. And then you could see it more in the classroom with the can-do attitude. Mom, look what I did. And Mom, look at my test score. And Mom, I didn't have any problems today when I did my spelling. And it's like, yeah, you're pretty amazing and you're a crazy smart kid. Of course you can do these things. It's just now that, the emotions that were controlling everything are not in the way. They're there, he was 6, they're emotional beings, but at the same time, it wasn't controlling him to the most negative degree possible. All in all, the changes continue to go. He's almost 8 years old now, and to see him continue to hold on to the calm and the resolve that brain integration was able to give him and being successful in the classroom is amazing, and he'll take it through his whole educational life. So,
awesome. Thank you so much for
You're
sharing
welcome.
your story.
Oh, thank you, Laura.